Chapter 24, Part 2. Bai Jing didn't know that he had created a miracle to improve the purity of the energy liquid. He looked at the white robot that had been circling around him, and the corners of his lips curled up unconsciously. At this time, with a D, the light brain automatically popped up the interface, and he found that his skill title had changed. ID 105-316-6247. Name: Bai Jing. Sex: male. Age: 18. Status: citizen of the Galactic Empire. Gene class: C class. Physical fitness level: a level. Mental strength level: a level. Skill title: Level 1 Stone Gambler. Cumulative points: 7. Betting rate: 50%. Seeing the bet increase rate displayed on the light screen, Bai Jing pursed his lips. The bet increase rate was still too high. Today, he unraveled a total of 5 pieces of wool at Gambling Street, 2 pieces of cut wool bought from Boss Yu, and 3 pieces of wool that he picked out. 2 of them rose and 3 fell, which should have been counted as a 40% bet rise rate. It's just that Boss Yu's 2 pieces of wool were bought together, costing a total of 30,000 star coins, so it can only be counted as 1 piece. In this way, out of the 4 pieces of wool, 2 pieces are up and 2 pieces are down, so there is a 50% bet rise rate. Fortunately, his skill title is only a first-level stone gambler. In the eyes of others, it is only the level of beginners. The number of stone gambling is small and the chance is large, so the data is not for reference. Even if you solve a good quality jade, you can use it, blame it on luck. But he can't keep doing this all the time, and he must slowly lower the betting rate in the future. Bai Jing pondered carefully. Starting from tomorrow, he was going to participate in the stone gambling battle. Since the Gu family hired him as an exclusive stone gambler and gave him a remuneration beyond the standard, then he would definitely fulfill the agreement and do things well. He has already made a plan. At least one of the 5 pieces of wool material selected in each stone betting battle will increase, and the betting rate will be guaranteed to be more than 20%. At the same time, the rate of betting increase should not be too high. Unnecessary trouble. Bai Jing sighed softly in his heart. The power of the Stone Gambling Guild is too great. As long as you use your brain to trade, the betting rate will be automatically calculated, and each piece of wool has a corresponding number, making it impossible for him to hide it. But in this case, it is really a pity. If you encounter other wool materials that perform well during the selection, you can only regret it. Most importantly, he still owes Gu Yuanchao 33 million for the treatment of gene decay, and he doesn't know when it will be repaid. Bai Jingzheng felt regretful. Out of the corner of his eye, he caught a glimpse of the white housework robot playing bright music and cleaning the ground. A flash of inspiration suddenly flashed in his mind. By the way, he has other ways to make money, such as extracting energy fluid. The egg-sized piece of dried green jadeite just now is a scrap that no one buys, and it will not exceed 500 star coins at most. But the price of the first-level energy box is 2,000 star coins, which has quadrupled at once. This is the same huge profit as gambling stones. Anyway, the Stone Gambling Association will only calculate the betting rate, so he can choose wool with jadeite as much as possible on the basis of gambling down. It is not necessary to solve the white stone to lose the bet, just like that test question. As long as the price of jade is less than the price of the original stone, it is a bet. At that time, he can choose 1 or 2 pieces of wool like water and use these jadeites to make energy liquid, and he can get a lot of money in his account. In this way, even the Stone Gambling Guild can't find out. After solving this problem, he thought of another problem that caused him quite a headache. The stone gambling battle will be held in Gu's Gambling Stone Shop. It is a battle against everyone. There are thousands of spectators in the audience, and the crowd of betting on Xingwang is really spectacular. Thinking of those fanatical fans, Bai Jing frowned slightly. It was probably difficult for him to adapt to such a scene. I don't know if I can change my identity to participate in the gambling battle. He didn't want to use the name Bai Jing, and he didn't want to make everything public about him. Bai Jing thought for a while before taking out his light brain and sending a message to Gu Yuanchao. Young Master Gu, I have something to discuss with you. I wonder if you have time tomorrow? Almost immediately, he received a reply from the other party. Okay, anytime. At any time? Bai Jing was stunned for a moment. Gu Xiao. It must be very busy. It would be better to go earlier. Before dawn the next day, Bai Jing came to the 2nd floor of Gu's Gambling Stone Shop and was led by Chaoan into the box. Gu Yuanchao should have just finished training. When he came out of the training room, there was still crystal sweat on his hair. The close-fitting military uniform wrapped his tall and perfect body, showing smooth muscle contours. One cannot ignore it. Bai Jing looked at his 3S level body with admiration. His perception automatically analyzed his physical fitness data, and at the same time he was amazed in his heart. It also made him reluctant to look away. Gu Yuanchao met Bai Jing's straightforward gaze. His body froze suddenly, and while walking to the bathroom, he said, "Well, I didn't expect you to come so early. I'll take a shower first. It won't take too long." In the bathroom, the black military belt was unbuttoned and thrown aside, and the big hand unbuttoned the buttons one by one, revealing Gu Yuanchao's body without a trace of fat, broad shoulders and narrow waist, and every inch of line was approaching perfection. With the ultimate sense of power, the icy water sprayed from the overhead shower, making a splash. "Sorry to keep you waiting." Half an hour later, Gu Yuanchao came out of the bathroom and changed his clothes. He was still handsome and tall without a military uniform, but a little more casual and lazy. "It doesn't matter." Bai Jing looked at him. "Can I participate in tomorrow's stone betting battle?" Gu Yuanchao's eyes were a little surprised. "Are you going to participate now?" Generally, participating in stone gambling wars starts from second-level stone gambling masters. Many first-level stone gambling masters will not take the initiative to participate in stone gambling wars when they have insufficient experience. Betting on stones under the watchful eyes of thousands of people, in case of defeat, will leave a psychological shadow, which is not conducive to the accumulation of fame and fans in the future. If Bai Jing participates in the battle, it is very likely that he will be matched with a second-level stone gambler. Meeting such a powerful opponent for the first time on the stage will cause a lot of psychological pressure. Although he wanted to let the other party grow up as soon as possible, but not in this way. Bai Jing's voice was very firm. "That's right. It's just..." The slender eyelashes behind the lens trembled slightly like a small fan, and he hesitated a little. "Can I hide my identity?" "Can." Gu Yuanchao's deep eyes looked at Bai Jing. However, many stone gamblers participate in stone gambling battles to increase their popularity and enjoy the feeling of being in the limelight. "Don't you like it?" Bai Jing lowered his eyes. "I can accept it, but I'm more afraid of trouble." Gu Yuanchao: "Okay, I will create a new identity for you. What kind of identity do you like?" Bai Jing: "You can." Gu Yuanchao pondered. "For the sake of safety, consider it as a descendant of the Gu family branch on other planets. So it is reasonable for you to participate in the stone betting battle for the Gu family. What about the name Gu Yun?" Bai Jing: "Thank you, it sounds good." Gu Yuanchao: "Then you can move in this afternoon." Bai Jing looked at him puzzled. "Mim?" Gu Yuanchao explained. "Since it is a branch of the Gu family, it should naturally live in the property owned by the Gu family. Don't worry, I don't usually go back. You are the only one in the whole suite, and you won't be disturbed." Seeing the other party hesitate, he added, "This is also for your safety. Living here, I will not let anyone discover your true identity." Bai Jing thought about it and finally agreed. "Thank you for your arrangement." Gu Yuanchao's black eyes were stained with a smile, and there was a rare joy in his voice. "You're welcome." Bai Jing tidied up briefly. He had very few things, basically just a few sets of clothes and a notebook for recording the content of the class, all stuffed into the box. He had planned to take the suspension train to his new address, but Gu Yuanchao asked for his address on the grounds that his residence needed to be reviewed and said that someone would be sent to pick him up. Bai Jing walked out of the door holding the box, and a particularly cool hover car was parked 30 centimeters above the ground. The ultra-smooth black streamlined body, with the S-Class logo on the wings, is a top-of-the-line limited edition, and there are not many cars in the entire empire. The car window opened, and Gu Yuanchao's handsome features appeared in front of him. Fortunately, the place where Bai Jing lived was very remote. Otherwise, it would definitely cause a sensation. Bai Jing was surprised. "Young Master Gu, why are you here in person? Didn't you say you were going to send someone to pick him up?" Gu Yuanchao didn't answer. The automatic car door rose up like the wings of a flying eagle, and two long legs against the sky stepped out of the car, walked to Bai Jing, and took the box from his hand involuntarily. Bai Jing looked at his empty hands. He had always been self-reliant. For the first time, he felt the feeling of being taken care of by someone, and that person was also a major general of the empire and the honorable young Master Gu. Gu Yuanchao looked at him with a smile. "Come on, get in the car." "Well..." Bai Jing jumped agilely and gently and sat in the passenger seat. The suspension car with excellent performance galloped away. Gu Yuanchao saw Bai Jing's hands grasping the seat tightly, slowed down his speed thoughtfully, and arrived at the most prosperous area in the main city after 10 minutes. The residence, Gu Yuanchao said, was like a closed high-rise building in the shape of a white eggshell. After iris recognition and body scanning, the white heavy-duty hatch slowly opened, and the black hovercar drove in and quickly closed. This is an independent space, very high, and the hovercar swoops down and stops in the hovering room on the 8th floor in the middle. Walking into the room on the 8th floor, Bai Jing breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, it was not that kind of aristocratic manor or an oversized villa, but an ordinary 4-bedroom and 2-hall, about 300 square meters. The facilities in the room are very complete, but there is no trace of use at all. It seems that no one lives here. Gu Yuanchao entered his information and left, leaving him with enough privacy. Seeing the other party leave, Bai Jing felt a bit of goodwill towards him in his heart. After several contacts, he found that this person is not as unfriendly as other nobles from aristocratic families. Instead, he is very measured and considerate in dealing with other people, and he does not have the air of aristocrats at all. Perhaps, the two of them can become friends outside of their partnership. Bai Jing put the suitcase in the master bedroom and planned to put the clothes in. When he opened the wardrobe, he found that it was full of brand new clothes, and the size was obviously not Gu Yuanchao's. Bai Jing was stunned for a moment, then realized that these seemed to be prepared for him. The style and color of these clothes are not ostentatious, but the daily style of soft and skin-friendly texture, which is very similar to the feeling of the white sweater last time. Moreover, Bai Jing took a set and made a gesture on his body. How should I put it? It was like taking a ruler and measuring it inch by inch on his body. Putting the clothes in the box, Bai Jing went to the storage room and planned to buy some natural ingredients to put in. This was his habit. As a result, when he opened the door of the storage room, what he saw was a pile of natural foods, neatly arranged in different categories, and all of them were the freshest and highest quality ingredients. There was a warm current in Bai Jing's heart, and the corners of his lips curled up unconsciously. Although he doesn't like to owe others favors, he is not ignorant. He can feel that young Master Gu values him, and he definitely put a lot of thought into it. Bai Jing, Master Gu, thank you for the things you prepared for me. I like it very much. Gu Yuanchao received the message from Bai Jing, and the anxiety in his heart finally disappeared. The reason why he left so quickly was because he was worried that with him by his side, the young man would feel that his self-esteem would be frustrated, and it was a kind of grace to talk about this. But now it seems that Bai Jing doesn't feel inferior because of his background, and he can understand his good intentions. Entering another room about the same size as the master bedroom, Bai Jing found that there was a complete set of calcite equipment. He stepped forward and checked it carefully and found that it was of the highest level of precision. Even a novice calcite would not cause damage to jadeite. In addition, there is a matching sound shielding device in the room and a 5-meter-long stone table for placing wool, and a white space button is placed on the table. Bai Jing didn't know how he felt in his heart. Gu Yuanchao was so thoughtful, he didn't even know how to repay the other party. The only thing that can be done is to work hard to become a senior stone gambler, hoping to help the Gu family go further. Bai Jing had also thought about why Gu Yuanchao would find him as the exclusive stone gambler. Gu's wealthy and wealthy. There should be no shortage of stone gamblers. Even if he values his luck, it seems a little reluctant. But later, Bai Jing found the answer while searching for news on StarNet. It turns out that Master Gu Lubai has been lying in the medical cabin for treatment since he was attacked by a strange beast with mental power 2 years ago, and there is no sign of waking up so far. Master Gu Lubai is the only 8th-level stone gambler in the Empire, and he is also the pillar of Gus in the stone gambling world. Now his unconsciousness is a huge blow to Gu. Although it would not shake the foundation of the giant Gu family for a while, Bai Jing knew that other noble families would not easily let such a good opportunity go. Bai Jing dare not say that he can reach the ability and status of Master Gu Lubai, but he will do his best to help the Gu family and Gu Yuanchao. Tomorrow's stone game, he will never lose.